What's up, everyone? Make sure you check out the WesWes Network website at westwestnet.com. Here you can find amazing independent podcasts based in Aotearoa, covering everything from pop culture to mental health. Also, if you enjoy our content and want to support us, please consider clicking on the support button on the homepage of the website. We appreciate your patronage and look forward to delivering more thought-provoking and quality conversations.
WesWes, y'all.
Thanks, boys, for coming in. Wow, it's like, this is the first time ever that I've had this many people on the podcast.
Yeah, that was me.
So the first time for everything, like, I think we got a sussed out there because we were trying to get the mics like even amongst you guys, so no one's quiet. But I think someone will be quiet.
This is me. Don't be nervous.
But yeah, this is the first time in the new studio, as the listeners and people watching can see, because we shifted house this weekend. But nah, man, it's been busy, just like you guys been busy, eh? Over at Lucky G's.
Yeah, bro. We just started Uber. It's pretty busy, eh?
Oh yeah, man. Like I saw that. Was it you advertised it on your Instagram?
I don't know if we advertised it, but yeah, we kind of like gave a little teaser and then we just dropped it without telling, and then it just popped off straight away. I think, eh?
Yeah, just turned on one Friday night.
Yeah,
just gave us a
Friday. Just turned on and we had to use it.
Yeah, with that annoying sound.
Yeah, bro.
So were you gonna do Uber Eats? Was that the plan from the start, or was it just something you wanted to get into because everyone else was doing it?
We wanted to do like delivery service, but then it doesn't really make sense to get someone in because then it'd be like back and forth. We kind of need a few drivers because we just don't know how to work the delivery game, to be honest. But like if you think about it, if you get an order in Henderson and then you get an order in like Western Springs, what do you do? Like, and you got one person, where do you go first? And then if you make them both at the same time, then what happens? Because at least Uber, they got like heaps of drivers and they just come. So it's not really our problem. We just cook the food and then.
Yeah, because they have taken off, the Uber Eats thing. Because
I
remember when Uber first started, like that was the end for taxis there.
Yeah, bro.
Uber was so cheap.
Man. Yeah.
Like you can just go to town. Because I remember going to town back in the days, going out, it was like close to $100, $80 from here out west to go to town. Then Uber came and it was like half price, or it was cheap. And then they came out with the Uber Eats thing, and I thought that was brilliant, because like exactly what you said, any driver can just pick up a food order. And
Yeah, bro. It's convenience, like.
And people don't mind wasting money on food, eh? That's what we've noticed. It's everyone's been pretty tight with their money, but not when it comes to food. Like even me personally, I'm like, I live 3 minutes away from a KFC. I'd still pay the $20 delivery. It's like it's convenience, man. It's just convenience, bro.
Oh, what a rich guy.
Money forward.
You're stealing out the till, bro.
But that's the thing, like the Uber Eats, man. Like, honest, I know what you're saying, man, because I wasting some money on that. Like,
You don't really think twice about it.
you don't think twice until you look at your bank account.
Until you do it. And you're like, I'm just smarter with this.
Afterwards,
Following week, you're like,
But the worst thing is, you already know it, but you still do it again anyway.
yeah, bro, that's it.
They prey
So
on the
Uber,
people
bro.
drinking these, bro.
Uber, bro, they tricked us, bro.
Yeah, man, because, you figure you'll listen, but you don't. You just keep on doing it. You just don't want to drive to get stuff, But then they do the alcohol. They do Uber Eats the alcohol.
And the grease. That's dangerous, bro. That's horrible. What the hell?
That should not be accessible in West Auckland, man. That should be central only.
I mean, it's good for, like, stop driving in there, but it's like double the price,
Rez.
People pay it though, eh?
Fuck.
But like, when it's late at night and you're on the party and you're running out of alks, yeah, bro.
You'd pay whatever, actually. You'd pay gold
Bro,
to get
whatever
some.
you want.
Yeah.
Get a collection, from everyone at the party.
Let's get another box.
So when did Uber Eats start for you guys?
Last week, a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And has it been more?
About like a week and a half, yeah.
Has it been like more customers of Uber Eats, or the same, or people still coming in?
A little bit busy, but like not too bad. Yeah.
That's pretty good. We get quite a few like our go-to customers, like our customers that have been coming since day one. They're like, just depending on their mood on the day, they'll either Uber Eats, so they'll still come in. Yeah, so it works out for everyone.
It's kind of like a hack though. Like you pay more, but that's because like Uber costs more. But then there's like a convenience fee. I guess it's more work for us. But I guess they skip the queue in a way.
Yeah, hard.
in a way it gets priority, but not really at the same time. Like we still take whatever order comes in first. We're still doing it, but generally like Uber is kind of almost skips a queue in a way, but
because it arrives with a time
we gotta
limit.
bang
Like
it out.
yeah, sometimes it might turn up and be like the driver's going to be there in 9 minutes, and it's like
you don't want to wait, eh?
Yeah, and you can't.
But you can put an order through quicker on Uber, then you can wait in a line and put your order through in the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Right. Wow. It's interesting, those little things, that happen when you change or make.
yeah. And you got
Make
some people
adjustments.
that'll read the price and they'll just come down like, oh yeah, saw an Uber, pretty keen, but I can get like 3 for the price of the one. So I was like, yep, sweet.
So did you have to like get more staff in that for the Uber? Is it more?
We kind of
More burgers being sold. You have to
think
get more.
We started
more
the
buns?
first day or something like with probably like how we were running it, like 2 people, 3 people, post COVID sort of thing. But yeah, it was a bit too busy, so we've ramped back up and chucked a couple more people on help out. Yeah, it's been pretty solid, to be honest. It's been starting to pick back up. Yeah,
because I was wondering about you guys when Uber started, because I was thinking, man, you guys might be extra busy. But
Yeah.
it's interesting to know that it takes priority.
we'll shut it off. Like, to be honest, if the store gets a huge line, we'll just shut it off because
Yeah, we got
true.
you somewhat
If
got
you-
to pay love to everyone paying love to the shop,
straight
you know,
up,
like everyone
Yeah,
coming
they've
through.
travelled.
They came from Takanini, bro. They came from Rewa, bro. It's like you gotta pay homage
I
back
think
to
that's
them.
awesome, man.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
mean.
Yeah, we try to prioritize people in the shop, but if like we can't take an order behind some, like there's a line, but we can't really take the order from the people from behind. But an Uber order will come in, like it just comes in. We can't really help it.
Yeah,
they
it's like Uber pushes in front of everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably
But not intentionally for us. You know what I mean?
yeah. That's probably a thing that people don't probably get extra, because if they push it with you guys, they'll push it in everyone else, like Burger King and everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. And you opened a new store, I heard.
Yeah, we're working on Onihanga. Just got like an email today from the landlord. We've sent off some proposals for like the new fit out. So there's been a bit of back and forward with that, and we're finally getting there. If we sign the papers and all that, if they sign the papers and all that, we might even have the keys next week, hopefully, and then get into it. Yeah. It's been like 4 months probably of just negotiations and meetings and stuff. So,
Yeah.
it's getting there though. It's definitely happening.
Because how long has Lucky G's been around? Because you guys started
2 years?
2 years now.
Yeah, 2 years. Yeah.
In the store in
Avondale.
in, in Kelston.
Yeah, Avondale. Yeah. Kelston's our second shop.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
2 stores.
No. So
Oh,
Avondale
moved.
shut. Yeah, we moved.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we started in Avondale post first lockdown. So I think it was June or July. I bought Lucky Takeaway in Avondale. At the time with my business partner or mate at the time. I needed muscle. I had the idea of Lucky G's. Always wanted to had dreams of owning my own business and whatnot. And fast food and stuff was some of my passion. I just like to eat that food. It's kind of like makes me happy. Like I grew up like I remember Christmas I spent with my mum, or it was like New Year's or Christmas, and she took me to like KFC, and it's one of the like one memories I have, and it's like a warm like memory is like eating like potato and gravy and a quarter pack. My first ever quarter pack. It was like mean as. And then I just wanted to like recreate the like happy moment for everyone.
Yeah.
Like that spot, and also sort of bring my like sort of touch and creativity and allow other people to thrive as well. And that
So Stan, you were from the shore.
Yeah.
Did you grow up there?
I grew up on the shore.
Yeah.
Yep. I grew up in Northcote. Went to Northcote College. Yeah, grew up there, and then ended up coming out to work out west when I opened Lucky G's. Yeah. But
true.
grew up skating and stuff. So we always travelled heaps. Yeah. Yeah.
So from when you thought you're gonna buy a takeaway, did you when you said you had Lucky G's in mind?
Yeah.
Like, did you have the logo and?
Yeah, I drew the logo. Yep,
Yeah.
I drew everything. Yep,
And-
had a menu already. Like wrote up a menu. I was cooking these burgers before at home, so
Yeah.
So I actually used to live in the States, and I wasn't a big burger fan, to be honest. Like my first like what I thought was a good burger was like flaming onion or burger, and like I still love those burgers. You know, they're just a different type of burger. It's like a Kiwi style, or like more just different, like more craft burger, I would almost say. But like when I was in the States, just my ex-missus, she took me to like In and Out, and I walked in. I wasn't big on burgers, so I was like, I don't know what to get. And then I was like, 3 things on the menu. I was like, hey, 3 things on the menu. What's this? I was like, hamburger, cheeseburger, double cheeseburger. That was it. And I was like, I guess I'll get the double cheeseburger. It's the most expensive, And then I had it, and I was like, far out. That's pretty good. Like, for what it was, like for the price, it was like, I don't know, like $3 or something.
What was that, In and Out?
In and Out, yeah. That was just like simple, like it's nothing like blow your mind, but it was just like so simple, delicious. You can taste every ingredient, one bite, solid, like nice, yeah.
Because that place, I remember In and Out. I saw it, and then it was so popular. Everyone was.
Yeah.
You see it on social media.
For me, I grew up, seeing it on social media, like Tumblr, if you remember Tumblr, and it was just like all these moody photos of like the neon lights and the like colors and stuff, and I was just like, oh, that's cool. And then I didn't think much of it.
Yeah, I didn't think much of it either until people from New Zealand, Australia will post that they will go on a trip to LA.
And they'll have
go to In-N-Out Burger, that's like the place.
It's only in West. It's only on the west side. Yeah.
Oh, in LA?
Yeah. Oh, so whenever like people around America, it's actually like a touristy thing. So they come from like the east side or whatever, and then they'll come and whenever in the west they'll have an In-N-Out burger. It's just like the thing to do.
Because when you tasted that burger, and I know it tastes good.
This is going like 10 years ago when I had it, and like we only opened like 2 years ago. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it was just like I always had a craving for that type of burger.
Yeah, but what is about that type of burger? Because if you think about burgers over here in New Zealand, like we got our taste, McDonald's and that. Then you go to takeaway, you get the burgers there. Yeah. But then what was the different taste? What was that sort of thing that you thought at that time? Did you think, man, I gotta bring this taste to New Zealand? Like I gotta do something.
I didn't think of it like that at the time. I wasn't looking that far ahead. It was more so like, oh, that's a nice burger. But when I come back, I was like, oh, I want to have that. Like just forever, I wanted to have it. And then eventually, I was like, you know what? I'll just open one and I can make my own. But the difference, I guess, to other burgers is it's balanced flavor. Like you got sweet, salty, cold, hot. Like cold from the salad, hot, and then you got like crunch, and you got the soft bun. And visually it looks really good too, like, and their packaging, their branding, it's a bit of history in it, like, and I'm into cars and stuff, so like it's kind of like when everything's a whole package, like, and when you do cars, it's about the whole package. It's like your wheel, your tire, your paint, your like choice of like body kit, stuff like that, and engine, like down to like bits you can't see. That's like what makes a car really cool, like going above and beyond, like little things like and the door handles and stuff like that, things that you don't think about. And it's the same thing when it comes to like, I guess like that is like their branding was cool, the like packaging was cool, like the history was cool, like, and it's like car stuff in it as well, like they've got a car background.
Oh, so it wasn't just the burger taste, it was just the whole package.
Everything, bro. The experience, yeah.
Oh, the experience.
That was cool, yeah. Because
man, I try to imagine like.
I was 17, I think, or 16 when I went there.
Oh yeah.
So it was pretty like, I never had like many expectations for America. So like, like everyone's like, I want to go USA and this. And when I was that age, it was like, oh nah, that place probably stink. Like it's probably overrated. Like it's like, I didn't really have much want to go there. So when I actually went there, like for my partner at the time, and it was like, that was why it was really cool, was just like I had no expectation, went there and like was getting like steak meals like this big, like that cave fry over there, bro, like it's like turkey, bro, but it's no good, but it's just like, whoa, what the, and it's cheap, everything's cheap.
So what were you doing at that time? What kind of job were you doing? For work.
I used to skip class and go make coffee, because like as soon as I got my first paycheck, I was like, ooh, money. Money, and that's all I cared about, because I wasn't too good at school, to be honest. Like my family's not rich or anything, so like it was always like I didn't know what I wanted to do. So it's kind of like going through that sort of pressure as like a teenager. I'm not good at anything. I don't know what I want to do. And then when I got my first paycheck, all I did was like work really hard. Like no one would give me opportunity to get a job. And I was like, I don't know, 15, 16, maybe 16, I got my first job. And then as soon as I got my first job, and I was through a mate, this girl at school, and she hooked me up. And then, like when I got the job, I was kind of like, I just got a casual role, and then just worked really hard. I just wanted to try get more hours and just be good at what I did and stuff. And then I guess the bosses and managers, or the managers would put a really good word, the supervisors through and stuff, and then I was getting more and more hours and stuff, and then eventually they gave me more responsibilities and stuff. Did that for about 2 years, and then got poached by another company, All Press Coffee. So in between that is when I went to the States, and yeah.
All Press Coffee, that's because
All Press Espresso, yeah.
The other one is Supreme.
Yeah, I work for Supreme too. Yep. I
They're
work
from
for them
Wellington,
too. Yeah. Supreme's from Wellington. Yep, and All Press is.
Because they're like the two competitions, big
they're
coffee competitions.
They're the two big dogs, but there's some other big companies too. Yeah.
Coming up there.
Yeah. There's some big companies up there.
Because man, I'm always interested in people that don't go to university and make something of themselves, like do something, start a business or something like that. Like, there's heaps of stories like that, and these are the kind of stories where I'm real interested in to talk to people about.
It works really well for some people, like uni and stuff, but for me there was so much pressure of a student loan. Like I thought pretty financially ahead because money was always tight in our family, and I don't want to even though I know like probably my mum or something would work pretty hard and try to get me some money for like helping out on the tuition, I guess, but I don't want that pressure on my family, so I ended up just I was a bit of a I was always a kid that was told like, you're dumb, you're useless, like because my older brother went to uni and stuff, so I was always like the stink one, like, you should be more like your brother, and then ended up being the other way around recently.
Oh really?
Yeah, everyone's like,
bit of a dig there
to the older brother, you should be like your little brother. Yeah, but I actually got to a uni interview, bro. I was really good at design work in school, and I was useless at school. I always skip school, go smoke weed with all the friends and stuff, and then ended up I would do all my assignments like last minute, and like everyone in class would look at me like, oh, this dude stink, bro. He always gets the excellences and like does it all last minute, pulls it out of his ass. And anyways, like I got some good like sent off some good work for I think photography and graphics design, and then I think they might have put it through for a scholarship or something, and then I didn't get NCA level. I think I might have got level 2, I'm not sure, maybe not, but I definitely didn't get level 3, and so I didn't have uni entry at the time, so there was sort of no way I could go to uni without doing it as a post or pre-graduate or whatever,
or diploma or something.
Yeah, like an undergrad, like a course before you go to uni. Yeah. But then somehow I got some like exception, and I ended up going to AUT for an interview for graphics design, and basically I walked into the room, and there was all the old boys there, and they looked at me like on a table, like long table like this on one end, they're on the other end, and they're like, so why do you want to be at uni? And then I just like had this like light bulb moment, and I just like spoke from the heart, and I was like, nah, I don't want to be at uni. And then they're like, oh, well, we had nothing to talk about then. And then I got up and just left, and then I was like, I threw that opportunity out the window. Now I got to work, and now I got to work hard. So I just worked my way up from working. Yeah.
So do you have any experience like going to like a chef school or school like that? Learning how to cook and all that? Nah.
My dad's a chef. I've just been watching closely and just have passion for food. And I feel like it's one of those things I think anything, you don't need a qualification for anything. If you have passion in it, you're going to figure out something. Like, it doesn't matter. If you love something so much, like yourself, you love podcasts, you're going to figure out what's the best mic, what's the best way to lay out a mic, who to get on your podcast. That just comes. You don't do a course, you don't do a certificate. And most people in life that get successful or whatever, they don't actually do any study or anything. They just work hard, and you learn from your mistakes. You just follow people that are ahead of you, and just be very what do you call it, like spectating, what's that word when you look at people, bro? Observative. Observative. Yeah,
you got it. You got it.
And I always hung out, from when I was younger, I hung out with older cats, like 5 to 10 years older than me. So I was watching people make mistakes in life or going through shit like that. Like, man, it was some gnarly shit. But like as a young kid, I'm like, yep, no, I'm not gonna do that to myself. Or don't do that. Yep, don't smoke that. Don't do that. And yeah, don't do certain things. And yeah, I learned from other people's mistakes.
Yeah. Because you know the thing about you guys' restaurant. Think about like, geez, you guys are bred from I don't know where, but the popularity of it is huge out west anyway.
Yeah.
Because every time I see someone, have you had you guys burgers? Like, there's always someone that's been there.
Basically, like when we first opened Lucky G's, basically we just treated everyone with respect. Like it didn't matter if you came in full face tat, came in tough, trying to staunch us out, or if you're like a businessman, snobby, whatever. Like we just treat you the same. But if you're gonna give us, I think like a unfair amount of like shit, then we'll give it back. Like it's just an eye for eye, give a taste of your own medicine. It's just we kind of do hospitality a bit different. Like I've been in and around hospitality for maybe 10 years, but I've never actually been a cook or anything, you know, like that. Like the closest thing is making coffee and serving that. And the enjoyment in hospitality, like we are the lowest paid and the hardest working, I would say, amongst like, you know, a lot of like emergency services and a lot of other people doing jobs that people don't want to do. But we work some hard hours, stand on our feet all day, skip lunch breaks, skip toilet breaks, to get you guys your food and stuff, because we want to make you guys happy and make your day better and provide the best service we can, because that's what we do. So people just saw that, and I knew being a shore boy coming to the West, it wasn't going to be received well. But when some of the bros, they come up and they're like, oh, are you from out these days? Never seen you. Like, nah, bro, I'm from the shore, but like heaps of respect out here. And they're like, oh yeah, where from the shore are you from? I'm like, oh yeah, went to Northcote, like came from Northcote. They're like, oh yeah, you're solid. Yeah.
Because that's been your guys' identity, really, from how you guys started.
Yeah.
And now it's just amazing to me how like the word, because I think you guys, with lack of advertising, your name just went out there.
To me, I got an old school mentality, so like spending money on like advertisement was we didn't have the money anyway, so it was like advertising wasn't really a thing. So it was just work hard, make a good product, and just the best form of advertisement in my eyes was always like someone telling you, like especially like me telling Duane or me telling Eddie or Q or the bro Willz there, like if something's good, they'll probably trust my word and go try it, rather than like, oh, you see it on like Instagram and it's like beaming at your face, come try the best burger in town or whatever. Like, plus we literally don't think we have the best burger, just like we're just trying to we make a product that we enjoy, and then if people enjoy it, and then on top of that is bringing the service to that as well on top. Yeah,
it is nice though, the burgers.
Oh, thank you, brother.
And you know, you just explained it real well when you said everything about it, like the juiciness, the cold, the hot, the cold, and the crispiness. Yeah, like you just said those words, and I just thought about it, and I was like, yeah, man, that's right. Because you know, guys, last night I made myself a sandwich. Yeah, and I bought the whole chickens from Pekingse. Yeah. Whole chickens, and I put some buns, and I put mayonnaise, and
where's the coleslaw?
Put some coleslaw. And I put it all together, and I took a bite on it because I had that hot and cold, then the crisp.
Yeah,
you know,
it's on.
It's on, man.
It's on.
Yeah, contrast, bro.
You have a Big Mac, and it's all the same. Like the texture is all the same. Any other, or Burger King or something. It's all.
I think like the difference that sets people apart is like the people that do things because that's just how other people do it, versus the people that do things because they understand it and they try to like understand the reason as to why they do certain things, is like because this equals to this, and like the science behind this and the mathematics behind this.
So you sussed that out all beforehand?
Just in my head, and always adjusting as we go. Like even to today, we're always adjusting, so we're always trying to get better. There's compromise when it comes to like we can make the baddest burger, but it's gonna be expensive, but to make a product that is affordable, but there's a balance, like something that you can eat more often, is healthier than most burgers because everything's real ingredients. We cook from raw, like from fresh, everything's picked fresh. We go buy the veggies from the local veggie shop, butchers, mince ground like daily, so just like stuff like that. yeah, we just know what goes in it, you know.
Yeah, because like you said like you guys are cost effective in that, but man, have you guys been to McDonald's lately? So
Nah.
How much money there's?
It's about the same price.
Nah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Or even more. Same price, even more.
Yeah. So like, I guess confidence in price has always been a hard thing for us. Like like for me especially, that's why we've always been sort of like low key on advertising and stuff like that. It was just like at the start we made nothing, man. Like we're making probably like a cent a burger. That's why like one of our t-shirts has like the joke 1 cent on the burger, like it's the Snoopy one. We're literally probably making like 1 cent or less on a burger, but we just like sling so many burgers that we were able to like pay the bills and get a paycheck, like still like less than minimum wage, like for me, but you know, all the other boys, I look after all the boys, and then me come last. But it's trying to build the business, you know.
When you first opened Avondale, was it just you or someone else? Oh, your business
partner?
partner?
Me and my business partner, yep.
Just
and
you
then
guys,
we had
an
old work, one of the workers from the old business, we took her on. Lily, she was really cool, like an old, like maybe a refugee or something like immigrant. And she couldn't drive and stuff, and she lived up the road, so at the time the previous owners told us like, oh, don't hire her, this and that, she's useless, this and that. And I was just like, I spoke to her and I was like, look, what are you gonna do if you leave here? And she's like, oh, to be honest, like if you don't hire me, I'm just gonna have to like maybe find a job somewhere else and might have to move house, and I have a friend that has a bakeries on the North Shore, and then maybe I can move there. And it just sounded really difficult. And then I was like, oh, well, have a talk to her, let me know. And then she had a talk and was like, oh, I'm pretty much going to be working for free so I can live there at her house in the North Shore. And I was like, oh, no, we'll keep you on. And then she was awesome, man. She was such a hard worker, and you couldn't kick her out of the shop. Like, it's just like she'd be in there herself, like tidying up and stuff. Like, Lily, go home.
So it's, it was just you guys at the beginning.
Yep.
When was the moment it started to blow up? Like, what was the thing? Or was it just a casual?
So actually, Lucky G's, I didn't drop Lucky G's. It was like a sort of fire extinguisher moment during the lockdown. So I actually bought it. I was too embarrassed to drop Lucky G's in that shop because of like it didn't have the look I wanted, and the kitchen wasn't set up properly to like really chunk out the burgers like that we need to like pay the bills. So basically what happened was I bought Lucky Takeaway. My dad, the Chinese chef of, I don't know, like 40 years or something, 50 years Chinese chef, he came in and helped us like improve all the recipes. People come, we grew the Chinese business. Like it wasn't about the burgers at the start. We didn't even have our burgers on there. Like the Chinese business just like started growing, like doubling. We doubled like the turnover just alone and like what they were already serving, just based off service and product quality. And then obviously like because we started buying better ingredients and stuff like that, and we weren't freezing stuff like the old owners, they were just like serving really old crappy stuff. Like people were coming back, but they didn't realize, but we had to reduce the portion size to actually make it a business. People forget it's a business, we're not a charity. Like it's mean, like people were coming back, but they didn't really quite put two and two together. And then one day people were like, oh, the portion size is like smaller now, so they started like kicking up a fuss. Some people like kicked up a fuss, other people like, oh, it's delicious now. And then basically we wouldn't see the people based off the thing, like just some people the business before was built off quantity, not quality. They had the poor lady there working like I don't know, 80 hours a week, getting paid 40 hours a week minimum wage, like just because she has no other option, you know, like just holding it above her head. And that's just stink. Like for me, I have a very big moral conscience, so
that quantity of a quality thing happens a lot around there.
Yeah.
When you think about it, like,
most takeaways, most lunch bars. Yeah.
Other takeaways, like some of them taste the same.
Yeah. That's mean, you know, like there's a place for that, like for like, you know, people struggling and stuff. Like you can feed a big family, you know, with that sort of stuff. So there's always a place for that sort of stuff, but there's also people that take from communities and never give back. I just think they're one of those people, like that business before us. They didn't give a crap about Avondale, man. Like they were talking bad about Avondale, you know, be careful, there are people around there dodgy, this. I'm like, nah, they're all good. You just don't understand them. But basically, yep, so fast forward past that stuff, we grew the business, and then boom, come lockdown. We had the second lockdown that I wasn't really expecting a second lockdown that soon. And no one came to Lucky Takeaway, man. Like no one gives a crap about Lucky Takeaway in lockdown, man. It's not something you crave. It was just the convenience place on Rosebank that you come for a feed, the smorgasbord to just like fill yourself up at lunch because that's all you got, like $10 cash in hand, you know. So we were getting like, bro, we weren't even making like $50, $100 a week. Like there was like 3 people a day, and the business, like we still had to pay the bills, like. So, like, we still had to pay the bills. We got no rent holiday. So I was like, oh man, this ain't gonna work. So I was like, man, it's now or never. Drop Lucky G's. Like, did a test day, and then some of the locals just happened to stumble across like the same people that come Lucky to take away, and they're just like, oh, what's this? What's this today? And I was like, oh, we're doing a Lucky G's menu only today. We're just doing some burgers. It's something that we're gonna bring here eventually. And like, oh yeah, we'll try one. And then boom, carload comes back. Oh yeah, we're here to try the burgers. They were mean. And then boom, another like carload comes, and then it was just like all these people were just coming. And then
so it was just the taste then. It was just the taste of them.
Yeah. Oh, they just weren't expecting it from that takeaway. At the time, they're just like, whoa, what's this in Avondale? Like, where are you getting these burgers? And people were posting on Instagram and stuff at the time, and like, where do you get that? Where do you get that? And I'm like, oh, if you know, you know. And then
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nah, you know when I first saw you guys was Andre Skrilla's video.
Oh, true. Yeah.
He did the robbery.
Oh yeah. That was near the end of that shop. We were closing up that shop. Yeah, that was crack up. There's a funny story to that. He had the air rifle, and the cops came. The neighbors thought we were getting robbed. They like walked up, and then they freaked out, and then they like ran away and called the cops. Yeah, we got a little bit of a growling for that one.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, you're supposed to call the council if you ever do that stuff.
Like a permit to film.
Yeah. Apparently, yeah. I didn't know that, or he didn't know that either. Now we know.
Yeah, was that video? Was Stray Skrilla's video? And then it was Cam's. He always posted you guys.
Oh, true.
He went to get some burgers in there, but it was only those. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, where's this place, man? Because everyone does the try.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So we still never really released. Well, we never cheated. We never released the address. It was always word of mouth. And then one day, I think like an old fella, he came during the lockdown, and I think he just meant good. Like he left a Google review, 5-star. He put our address, put our business details on there, and then once it's on Google, I found it's really hard to remove down from Google. I've probably done it like 5-10 times. There's a few people in the history, out of spite, they would try to put up our thing like, screw these guys. Like, what's this? Like, if you know, you know stuff. It was more for the reason behind it was never like, we're trying to create like a snob society, you know, like a secret private gated community or whatever. It was more so like, we couldn't deal with the quantity that was coming in, and we just wanted to focus on the locals at the time and steadily grow with the business rather than just get overtaken, and then the quality is just shocking, and then people get a bad taste. Oh, that place sucks. It's build-ups. Everyone just talked it up.
That's an interesting way of looking at it. Because you know, most people when they start business, they want to.
They want to crank it in. That's a short-term gain, long-term pain, right? The way I see it, like you might make a lot at the start, but then who's gonna come later when it's crap? They had that one crap burger. Sure, you got the money that one time, but the next time, you still got. At the end of the day, like for me, it's not about like making money or anything. It's about creating more opportunities for people and giving jobs back to the communities we're in, and being able to, you know, pay back for the community, give kids opportunities, and do things for the community.
That's a good way. Yeah, it's a good way to know your community too.
Yeah,
because the people that come over, the guys that know from day one, like didn't have to. You know that they didn't get here through advertising. They got here through word of mouth, because that was all it was.
Yeah.
It was word of mouth.
You know, it's solid when like the customers are bringing you Christmas gifts. Like even though they're spending their like hard-earned money with you, but come Christmas time they're bringing like gifts, and you're just like, man, that's too much. Like you guys already helped so much, like from day one to thing. At one point, when I was going through some stuff with my old business partner, like. Dudes were messaging me, like the customers were messaging me, like we're gonna start a GoFundMe or whatever, and we're gonna raise the money for you to buy your business. And I was like, nah, it's not worth it. Like, it's not worth giving them any more money, sort of thing. And I was just like, we'll just take it on the chin and keep going, sort of thing. Yeah.
You know, do you feel that when you guys came out, a lot of burger joints came out too, around about the same kind of time? Like,
There has been a bit of a burger craze,
Yeah.
I think, in the lockdown. Like, it just happened that there was, like, a lot of, I think, Burger Show and stuff like that came out at the same time or something like that. So, yeah, I don't know what it was, eh? It was just, like, suddenly there was a huge smash burger craze, but we never advertised that we did smash burgers. It was just, like, for me, it was more a technique that we added flavour to our style of burger, but we were never, like, an authentic, like, smash burger, no sauce sort of thing. We never repped anything like that, or, like, we just sort of let the burger do its talking, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But everyone has different tastes at the end of the day, and it's a human-made product. There's gonna be variables, so not every burger's gonna be exactly the same, but you know, it's gonna be as close as possible that we can do humanly.
Yeah, because there's a lot of burger joints out there right now. There's Burger.
Yeah.
There's Better Burger.
Burger's been around before us. Better Burger's been around before us. They're pretty similar. Like Better Burger's pretty similar style to us, but
small one there, small kind of style.
Yeah.
Why they smash burger too?
I think they smash their burgers is a bit different though. Yeah.
Well, what is it about that technique, smash, like rolling up in the ball and then doing that on the grill?
It creates like a chemical reaction, like the browning, like the sear on the patty. So it brings out like a umami flavor in the meat. It's really good. And also on top of that, it seals in all the juices. So yeah, it's really banging. Yeah. And you get like that crunchy layer, and then the meat inside's really juicy if it's cooked right. Yep.
Well, where did that technique come from?
America, I think.
Oh,
yeah, America. Yeah.
Who was doing it over here? Like, who was...
I don't know, there's been a few smash burger joints before us. I think a lot of people smash them, but they don't really have the full technique. Like, they just press the patty, but they don't have, like, the full parameters, right? Like, the temperature of the grill, the tools, and the recipe, I guess, but...
It's big now, smash burger.
Huge.
I see people putting smash in front of their menus to make sure they're smash burger.
Yeah. It's a big marketing for me. Yeah, bit of a gimmick to a lot of people, I guess. But yeah.
Ah, man, because I remember I had one. I think my first smash burger I had was at this place in Mount Eden. There's like a bar. It's like a bar, but they serve food there. It's like in the corner.
Not Corner Burger, is it?
Nah. You know where Murder Burger was? On Mount Eden? On the corner?
Oh, Mount Eden, yeah.
Well, next door. I think it's not there anymore. It's closed down.
Was Murder Burger in Mount Eden? I thought they were on Dominion.
Dominion.
Yeah,
Mount Eden. Dominion.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, Ralph's.
There's a bar.
Ralph's. Yeah, Ralph's bar.
Yeah.
Ralph's bar, right?
They had smash. There was a smash burger there.
Yeah, they do smash burger. They do really good ones now.
Like, it's ashy on the edges, eh?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, the crispy edge.
Yeah, it's crispy edge.
Yeah, very brown. Yeah. Yeah, that's like a reddish brown usually. Yeah.
And that's a sign of the...
Yeah, the smash, yeah. It's literally like pressing that meat into the grill and like making it stick in like one flat layer. Yeah. Hey, you should drop the mic, eh?
Sorry. So your crew, man, how'd you meet up with these guys? How did these guys...
I think all of them were customers at one point, except for Duane and Eddie.
Yeah.
Duane and Eddie were different cases.
Yeah, I mean, I found out about Lucky G through a mate. He was like a foodie, and like I pretty cause I used to work at Lucky G's, Burgerfield, sorry. Yeah, I used to work with them for like a couple of years, and then when the whole vaccine shit came through, and then like they were like, oh yeah, everyone get vaccinated. Like if you want to work, like continue work, you have to be vaccinated. And then I was like, oh gee, I don't really want to go down that road yet, And then pretty much they was like, oh yeah, no, since you don't want to get vaccinated, might as well, cut that. And then I was like, oh, yo, sweet. And then I was pretty much jobless for 4 weeks, like at the end of last year in December. I was pretty much jobless. And then one of the bros mentioned Lucky G's, and I was like, oh yeah, sweet. I was like, have a geese. Looked on Instagram, and I was like, oh bro, that's like similar to like Burgerfield, but then a little way better. And I was like, oh yo, sweet. And then I like hit up Stan, but I spammed them on like Messenger, fucking text message, email, Instagram, just
website,
website
inquiry.
I was just just trying to find work, and then finally went through, and I was like happy as I was like, fuck, yo, sweet.
Yeah.
And then he sussed me on Jan? Around January?
I think you came December for a little like meeting, tryout. You know, like a day with us and then...
And then, pretty much from then on.
Yeah. I just thought it was solid that the bro like messaged on every platform and I was like, oh bro, this dude's really trying. So I think like if you go to that sort of like depths and like, you know, like keep messaging and stuff, I think like you really want a job. You know, if people really want something, they do that sort of stuff, I think. So yeah, I want to give them a shot and yeah, it's been awesome.
That sucked about the mandates, eh?
Yeah.
Because you know they stopped doing it. I was like, oh, what?
Yeah.
No, what
point now.
it's not
The
on
whole
the
vaccine passports and shit.
There was a huge little like a, I don't know, like a low period for us, I guess, where like people misinterpreted what we did. I had no idea. I wasn't even looking at all that stuff, like the political stuff behind it and all that stuff. For me, it was like, you know, we're always so busy at the shop anyways. We didn't really know what's happening outside of the world. And then, yeah, I just posted something like, because everyone was like, oh, like a few of the boys weren't too keen to get vaccinated and stuff. And like, I never want to push something like a scenario that someone's uncomfortable unless it's something like encouraging that you think will, you know, that they're keen to do sort of thing, like, but they're not too sure. So that's something I would like help, you know, facilitate. Like if you want to go try something that you've never tried, like, I don't know, say one of the bros wants to do like nursing. One of the little bros that are starting to work with us wants to do nursing. So like, I was like, bro, would you like to do a first aid course? He's like, bro, his eyes lit up. Yeah, when's my first aid course?
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, bro, I just like said like now, but like, I'll have a look, bro. I gotta find some providers. But just something like that. I was just like, nah, I'm not forcing nothing. I don't know anything about the vaccine, you know, like besides like what mainstream media says. So like, I don't want to be the dude that's the reason as to why someone had a reaction or something like that. Like I would just feel horrible. And there was sort of, I didn't realize it at the time, but there were like sort of, till after I read all the regulations and stuff, that we were doing the government's dirty work, where like we had to like tell them that like if they want a paycheck, they gotta freaking go get the jab. And I thought
so they actually...
Yeah, I've never listened to like, you know, authorities, you know, like that's how we just grown up, like from my background, and I'm sure everyone here. So why do we all of a sudden everyone's rule abiding citizens? Why are you gonna drop your phone when you text and drive on the freaking road? Like the same people like advocating something as the same people like texting and driving. Like you're not gonna not drive a car because like you might hit someone on the road. Are you gonna stop driving your car? But I think for a lot of people it was more the inconvenience of being locked down, and like the same inconvenience as if you didn't have a vehicle. Like, oh no, I'm not gonna drive because like I could hit someone on the road and kill them. You know, they're not gonna do that, but then they're telling you to go do this so that they can have their freedom.
Yeah, there were a lot of gyms that were getting in trouble too because
they were just continuing.
Yeah, they're continuing. Yep. Even though that they did it outside.
Life goes on, man. Like life has continued as proven. We just keep quiet. But I posted a thing like, oh yeah, just let everyone know like there is vax and unvax staff among us, and then we got the biggest backlash. Someone was like, oh yep, solid, thanks for letting us know, and then boom, I didn't realize it was this huge thing, and then like Reddit started making like BS about us, like myths and shit. So like if you search Lucky G's now on Google, there's gonna be like Reddit, Lucky G's blames Reddit for shutting down. Bro, we never shut down. We shut down for like 3 days because of the mandate thing, and then they withdrawn it from hospo, the hospo sector.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we shut down just so we would meet whatever, but the thing is there was always guidelines, there was no legislation, so they actually had no legal power to enforce it unless you comply. So basically we just played it safe, like if you don't want us around then all good, we'll shut down for now, and then boys were still getting a paycheck and whatnot, and we're going to figure out other ways to do business, be it merchandise or do other work that means something to us, more than just doing hospitality and flipping burgers. So that was a bit of a low point for us all. Team morale was pretty low, but yeah, we worked through that. And then I think it was the Hospitality NZ Association, something like that. I can't remember the exact name. They actually went and sort of went back and forth with the government and ended up flipping that legislation around, or not legislation, the guideline around, and then all of a sudden, no longer hospitality had a mandate all around. So yeah, we managed to reopen again, but business was a little bit hit with all that. Like people, I think a lot of people didn't want to be seen in a shop that was associated as anti-vaxxers or something like that.
Oh really?
So we got labelled anti-vaxxers like that, you know, like.
So how would people know?
What's that?
How would people know that you guys were like?
Oh, we just posted on Instagram like, oh, some of our team are vaccinated and some aren't, and if you're not comfortable with that, then please stay at home and whatnot. Like we'll try our best to facilitate, and we're doing everything that we know of at the time. And I didn't realize that they had put that mandate through. Then that's what sort of bit me in the foot. I posted this out of like, you know, pure goodwill, like.
We didn't have to do it. We
didn't have to. Yeah, we didn't have to like disclose our status, but we just did it out of like, you know, goodwill, and we got shot in the foot for it. We were probably the first people to let people know, like, oh, we have unvaxxed stuff, and then we had comments like, oh, thanks for letting us know now. Like we wouldn't have come and got burgers. Like, fair enough. Like, but it was never a mandate before that. You know, it was just since government said it was a thing that people started doing it. But
yeah. To be honest, man, this feels like a joke to me. Well, that because I understood like the first lockdown that was serious. Okay.
Yeah.
No one's got vexed. You know, we had to stop this virus from coming in. But then the second one was a bit not fair, eh? Like, because I thought like, hey, we're vaccinated. Well, what else do you want?
Yeah.
You know, well, what else? Like we all got.
Oh, more for precautions. Like, if there's any food safety, so we got like compared, if you had a food safety risk, would you let us know? Of course we would, bro. Like if we had a bad batch of chicken or a bad batch of beef, we'll let you know. Like you may have eaten a bad batch of beef, like we're really sorry about that, but we've just found this out and we're letting you know now. Like that's what we're supposed to do anyways, like legally, but also like morally we would do that anyways. So so like if there was like any food risk in the business, we would shut it down. We'd rather not serve you food than to get you sick, because it's not good for business anyways. And
that's what I'm talking about, because that's like common sense, right?
Yeah.
And the government's like trying to tell us that's what we have to do.
Yeah.
And no kidding. Like, what else are going to tell us to do? You know? Yeah. And that's the whole reason for everyone going down to the government, doing the whole anti-vax thing, the protests and that.
Protests, yeah.
I mean, there was different kind of people down there for different things, but it's the same. You know, they all had the same goal.
Yeah.
But and they're saying, look, all these people coming down here. You know, well, what do you expect? Like,
no matter what, no one in this world's ever gonna see eye to eye. But I think the biggest success for the world and its future will be open-mindedness, like trying to see other people's perspectives. Look, no one's ever gonna agree or see eye to eye all the time, but if we can understand each other's standpoints and try to come to a middle ground, that's always going to be the best way, right? But the day that you tell someone they can't do something, people are going to try to do it. So it's counterproductive to anything. You're going to create beef or whatever. So yeah.
But yeah, even if they're telling us what to do when we already know what to do, you know.
Oh man, like if it's like, I posted like a little bit of an analogy, like if like this is if you're really concerned about like your safety, like about this stuff, I think like getting food, like a burger, takeaway food is like maybe low on the priority. Like if you're actually scared about dying, like because some people aren't vaccinated or something, and you're going out and like you go to the supermarket, that's no mandate, right? You come to a fast food shop, that's a luxury. It's not a necessity. So if you're worried about that, I think your priorities are very backwards. Like if you're very concerned about your health or your loved one, I still probably wouldn't send like myself. I was worried about sending my mum to it, or like, you know, hearing that if she had to go to thing, I was like, let me know, I'll drop off groceries and stuff like that, you know, like, because I don't want them at risk in the thing, right? In the supermarkets and stuff, like for whatever, just interaction. It wasn't vaccinated or unvaccinated, it was just interaction with potential thing, because we didn't know what we're up against, like, you know, with COVID. But yeah, I think like if you're willing to send your loved one that might have cancer or immunocompromised into a takeaway shop just because they say everyone's fully vaxxed, how do you not know someone's got the virus? Like, that's just naive. That's not smart. Just because there's a mandate in place doesn't mean there's no virus in that shop. You know what I mean? There's risk no matter what.
How about now? If everyone,
it's chilling out, man. To be
yeah,
honest.
that's it. Because I think everyone has to wear masks.
I heard even the CDC is
that's it.
issued, like in other countries or something, or just CDC in general, that if you've caught COVID, you just continue now. So I try to stay a little bit update, but sometimes life gets ahead of me and I can't read into that stuff. But I try to stay as educated as possible so we can be on the right legal side and informative side and be ahead of it. I was actually one of the first ones to like warn my group and my workplace at the time of COVID, because I was on like Twitter like, whoa, watching these like dead people and shit, like getting pulled in stretchers in like December like 2019, like when it first like in China. And then I was called a conspiracy theorist. I was called oh, you've been on Twitter too much or something, you know, like you know, like. And then when it came, I was like, told you. Yeah.
So how are you guys? How was your like first introduction to Lucky G's? Do you want to start?
Oh, well, for me, I was introduced through one of the boys. You know, like again, like Stan said, like, you know, telling your mates and stuff. That's how Lucky G's got around, and then that's how it eventually got to me. So it came through as a customer like last year, when they opened up at the Kelston branch, right now, and then. But my mate, he's like the one who always went all the time. So like he eventually got to meet Stan and Q and all that.
Shout out Benny.
Shout out to Benny. Yep. So then I eventually started coming through quite often. And then, you know, I eventually got to meet the staff like Q and that. I probably didn't get to Stan until like I think he found out I was, because I also have like my own little side hustle with like clothing and stuff. So I'm trying to get into like the clothing line of stuff, and then eventually got this guy a shirt, one of my shirts I designed, and then after that, heard about the new store he was opening, and then I think the rest was history. Like before working here, I've been in retail for the last few years. Eventually, like worked I was like a furniture removalist like a while ago, and then I think the opportunity came up to eventually run the Only Hunger branch alongside the bro, and then I think the rest was history from there. Was a no-brainer for me, to be honest. And then now I'm with all these dudes, see these guys quite a bit. They're making burgers, meeting people, SpongeBob.
Patrick.
Yeah, no, that's how I came across Lucky G's, just through one of the bros, and I'm here now.
Cause you're the one who lives on out south.
Yeah, I'm from Mangere, out south. I think our team's pretty diverse. We come from different sides of Auckland. You know, Stan from the naughty north.
Oh,
and then
the NS dollar sign.
And then, you know, you obviously have the Westies as well. You know, and then me coming from dirty South there. So yeah, it's
cool. Yeah, there's no judgment, to be honest. Like where we come from, and like doesn't matter if you have no experience. Like. See the bro comes from retail or furniture removal. This bro come from hospo, so he's our most qualified.
The real SpongeBob.
Yeah, bro. He was a bad. And then Quinton was warehousing. Warehousing or.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I was working for an electrical company in their warehouse department, but I don't even want to delve into that.
Yeah,
they don't deserve no shout outs on here.
Later, Bolt.
There's corporations in.
Yeah, corporations, right?
I
work for them. Yeah.
Oh, so did you take any secrets from Biggerfield or there's thing?
Nah, not really. You don't really want to.
There's nothing we want to bring in.
Yeah, pretty much. I just want to keep Lucky G's original.
We don't want to be Burgerfield.
Don't want to add any, those guys' stuff in there.
If we want to be Burgerfield, we'd be Lucky Burgerfield.
Because I remember
Lucky Fuel. 91 full up.
Burger G's.
Yeah, I was a fan of Biggerfield for ages ago.
Yeah, same.
I thought their burgers, their meat patty was, because they use the gourmet one, the expensive one.
Yeah. Leaders. I think they use Leaders. That's like a brand, like a instant patty brand.
Yeah. Because I remember seeing there was a show on TV that had this American restaurant dude going around Auckland to all these restaurants and making them better.
True.
It was on
In
TV.
Auckland?
Yeah, it was on TV. It was an American guy.
True.
And because I think Gordon Ramsay has one too. And turning the restaurant into a bad one into a good one.
Yeah, that's solid, eh?
Yeah.
I'd do that.
But
Got no qualification.
the guy went to White Lady.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
The White Lady. And all he did was tell them, you're using the
Wrong patty.
You're using the cheap patties.
Yo.
You gotta use the expensive one.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. That's what they changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was a big difference too.
Oh, huge. That's like when it comes to a burger, like bun and meat is like your main thing.
Yeah.
Like salad is salad, but like we still handpick our salad because even though salad is salad, there's still levels of salad. You know what I mean? Like a burger, the best burger is like every bite's the same, right? So, but it's hard. Like in America, they're like tomatoes are huge. They're GMO, so you can like have one slice and it fills the whole burger. Yeah. But over here, like we get like baby ones and all sorts. If it's a bad season, like frostbite, it's just man, like $15 a kilo or something for tomatoes these days. Shocking, man.
I like the White Lady burgers too because they just have the normal tomato sauce.
Yeah,
no special
that's
sauce.
solid. Yeah,
and when you have that, you feel like you just made it from home. It's like a homemade.
Yo,
and that's a taste that that's just hits you. Hits you different.
Yeah.
Because when you're used to McDonald's and all that, the special sauce and that, it gets too bland, eh?
Yeah. If you have it all the time, it's everything. Like your palate will get bland, so you gotta switch it up.
Yeah. Yeah. But you guys do special sauce? I can't even tell.
Yeah, we have our own Lucky G sauce.
Because I can't tell. Yeah. The juice of the
patty.
Patty, man.
Eesh.
Like, man,
that's the one.
I can't taste anything else. Like I can taste the salad and the cheese. Yeah. But
the meat juice
the strong part is the meat juice.
Yeah. Man. Do you get the beef or the chicken or bit of
I get the beef.
Yeah.
I get the double.
Yeah, the twice. Yep.
The twice is nice.
Yeah.
So how'd you come up with those names and that, like, in your like menu? Like?
Literally, like probably the night before, like we did a little like pop up thing for like family and stuff, just to see if I wanted to take over their business, and just a little Lucky G's pop up for our friends and family, and then I was buzzy because heaps of random like public people just showed up, and we're like, hey, who are these dudes? Don't know these dudes, and they were coming back for more, but we sold out pretty quick on that one. And bro, the night before I was just thinking of names, and I was like, like I wanted like a sort of cheeky name, but I was always called Lil G, like so. My older brother's name's G, so a little backstory to the name is like, we're not trying to claim we're gangsters or anything like that, because we ain't, but nah, you're banging, nah. So I knew there was a bit of probably people like, these dudes coming, like we had a few people come in, try to check us out, you think you're a gangster, and come in, and then like, nah, we just treat them nice and just treat them the same. And then they have the bite of the burger, and they're like, I get it, yeah. So, there was a lot of that at the start. There was a lot of people coming in, like trying to disprove the hype. I guess a lot of people, like we had to deal with a lot of rude, snobby people, and I think once they ate and watched us work, that was what really. Lucky G's became what it was, because we had to prove ourselves in a different way, because we're not locals. I wasn't a local from that place, and when they realized I was there to work with them rather than against them or take away from them, the reception was just amazing. Like it was just, they were my bros, they were my family in Avondale, and they backed me 100%, and the team it was solid.
I get you guys. I go to you guys buy some burgers for me and my son because he likes them. He gets the little G, but he asked for the twice as nice. But he was saying, can I get the one you get? Which one's that? The big G?
Oh yeah,
I think it's called twice as nice. Yeah. Nah, it's the big G.
Yeah. So we know what you mean. Yeah, we know what you mean.
But I can see people getting confused. Like they'll say that like the big G, little G.
Yeah, all the time. And like obviously but on our menu there's no explanation, but that brings sort of like the if you know like sort of thing back into it. Like people feel like because they've been with us from day one, they know the menu, so they're teaching people the menu as they come. Like you tell your friends, so they don't look like a dummy. Like you go, oh, this one's got this, and then they come off and they order and they feel special, right? They're like, let's see, I know the menu. And then like other people, oh, what's the twice as nice, you know? Like, but it also creates conversation, like because we're, you know, you go to places like, what's that place? Shakeout, eh? And you just like, hello. They don't even talk to you, and then just push them. Yep, just put your order in the tablet. And
What's that? Done. What's that place?
Shakeout. It's a little burger joint, and owned by Burger Fuel. Eh? It's their little
one
specialty.
of the Burger Fuel, like
Side
big
hustles.
dudes. Yeah, he opened a side store, whatever. Yeah, called
Have you heard
Shakeout.
of Shake Shack? Have you heard of Shake Shack?
No.
It's like
Where are they?
That's American. Yeah, it's like a knockout of that, knockoff of that. Yeah, everything's sort of always a knockoff, but that's what I never wanted to be, was a knockoff. I wanted to bring our own original thing, and I was always looking in the long game, something timeless versus something like, there's a lot of trendy places, like, you know, like a lot of burger places. Like you say, there's a lot of burger places, but ultimately, who's going to be the burger place there in 10 years or 20 years, 100 years? You know, that's the true testimony.
It's for me anyway, like born and bred out west, like I've had this problem with the food around here.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's a problem everywhere.
bland, you know.
Yeah.
And if it's not takeaway, it's gonna be McDonald's.
Yeah. Macca's is safe though, eh? Like, you know, that's
Yeah,
why
it's
people
safe,
go
man.
there. So like people bag on all these, like I'm a K-fry #1 all day, like just like the story I told you with my mum. That's why K-fry's got a special place in my heart. Eh? I had K-fry 2 nights ago. But yeah, like,
But you know what I'm saying? They will like
Yeah. And there's something about the food there's something about the food where it's kind of like low quality.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not really like when you have like restaurants or takeaways, they don't really do what Stan's done, where they take the time to work on the flavors to make it really good. But instead, it's just like, it feels like they just bought this stuff out of a factory.
That's what I said. It's more quality. Oh, quantity.
Quantity,
instead of quality.
It's like factory made, produced food
Mm.
compared to what we do. It's just like we bring in like pretty much everything is just raw, and we just put it together on the spot. People are surprised, like our thigh guy, when we one day I was just like making it up for the guy, and he was like, "Oh, did you really just put the batter on like fresh?" And we're like, "Well, yeah." We're like, "What else are we supposed to do?"
I mean, we could do what everyone else does and buy frozen chicken or pre-cook it and freeze it, but
things like that is what like the customers love to see, is that they see their food is being made right in front of them, and we communicate with them a lot as well. So I feel like we're unique. There's no other place like us, and
I feel that's for sure, man. And like, you know, like I said, like around West, like a lot of bland stuff.
yeah,
Like every bakery is like the same.
yeah.
You know, it's like
Yeah.
the same stuff. There's nothing special about, you know, but
Yeah, that's why when you find that one bakery that's like really good food, you always come back, and it's always like costs a lot more, but you get like your money's worth out of it. Yeah, like you know, there's a bakery that sell $4 pies and they're just absolute trash, and then you go to another bakery, it's probably like $8, but it's like worth the money. It's like good mince and everything. Like you can tell that they've made it on the day and not just like got it out of the fridge and chucked it in, warmed it up, and then chuck it in the warmer. Like
yeah, there's something I want to add to that. There's something I read, I heard or once read, was this like sort of analogy, is that customers, like businesses determine the price, right? But customers always determine the value. So it doesn't matter what price a business puts on, because that's just like a price that they have to set to cover costs and whatnot, or they set how much they want to earn on that. But ultimately, us or you as a customer determines what the value versus that price on the product. When you consume that product, you go, oh yeah, I'm happy to pay that. So that's like, yep, this is too cheap or this is too expensive. That's the value the customer always determines. The business can't determine that value. You know what I mean? So
definitely.
If you're willing to go back, even though you know you're like, oh, this is expensive than everywhere else, there's a reason. It's usually because A, they're buying better ingredients, or B, there's a bigger labor process to it. It's not because like they're making way more, because I can guarantee you, if it was a bakery, they're probably still driving around a Toyota Corolla.
you know, I wish the half the people that go to McDonald's just end up coming to your guys' place. That'd be awesome, you know. But
Yeah.
now, even if you go to the drive-through, it takes ages.
Yeah.
I can't believe people stay that long in the drive-through. Like,
Yeah, they'll still spend the same money,
You know?
like you say in the end. Like, yeah,
just wasting your petrol staying there. But also, like, I know they try to copy off Wendy's when Wendy's does. For the longest time when they first started here in New Zealand, Wendy's they did the made to order burger, but McDonald's they never did that.
create your own burger. Yeah.
McDonald's never did that.
Yeah.
It was like pre-made all the time.
Oh, and the
stacks
warmers.
of-
Yeah,
stacks
I
of burgers
remember
on the
that.
wall.
Yeah, I remember.
So when you come order, it's just grab,
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
and it's done.
Yeah.
Like there was no lines in the drive-through because you just grab it and go, grab it. And
Yeah.
go.
Remember when you had
It's fast
the
food, man.
menu would flip, and you couldn't order breakfast after, or you couldn't order lunch till after breakfast.
Yeah.
I used to go with my mum in the morning and I wanted the Happy toy, but you couldn't get the Happy meal till like after, so we just used to buy the toy.
I mean that was the whole reason for the
$5
name.
buy the toy.
That was the whole reason for the name of fast food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because fast, now it's not. It's slow
Yeah.
food because you have to wait.
I think that's probably why a big reason is why I gravitated into like fast food. Like it didn't matter what I was gonna do because I'm into so many different things. Like I always knew I was gonna open a business, but it didn't really matter. Like flipping burgers isn't like the prettiest work. It's not the cleanest work. It's not the easiest work. But at the end of the day, like whatever we do is like we put our best into it. Like we just want to sort of express ourselves through a different medium, and it's like burgers is sort of the excuse.
Yeah, like we said before, like burgers is a bit of a craze
Yeah.
coming out.
Yeah.
And the Mexican stuff, like tacos and that.
Yeah.
That's another craze.
Yeah.
People getting that.
Hot
So
dogs,
you're right.
Loaded dogs.
Yeah.
Loaded hot dogs.
Yeah. So you're right. A lot of American influence coming through, right?
Yeah. It's just like traditional food, I guess, that we've never had, like
Mm.
over here in New Zealand, because I guess as diverse as we are, like if you think about it, like even going to have Vietnamese, there's probably like 2-3 good Vietnamese joints, like traditional. It's really hard to find that, even Italian and stuff like that. Yeah, it's quite hard to find those sort of niche, like cheesesteaks is now, I think the newest craze probably cheesesteaks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's coming up. But just stuff like that. Like I mean, there's been places that have it, but it's never been traditional in a way. A lot of the times it's sourcing ingredients or just having the history and knowledge as to why we don't have it. There's just a lot of bootleg versions and stuff like that.
I think another reason why you guys are successful is because your menu is small.
Yeah.
So you can concentrate on those burgers, that taste nice. Like
Yeah.
that's the.
We wouldn't want to
That's
put
the
something
quality,
on
yeah.
that's not good. Yeah, it's the main thing.
I've yet to try the chicken one.
Oh yeah, you should try.
Do you guys have a fish one?
We used to. Yeah, it's kind of like our own filet fish in a way, but tempura batter instead of the crumb. Yeah.
I was gonna ask you guys, like, were you guys all hands on deck when Dre Skrilla came and said, "I'm gonna pay for 1,000 burgers or something"?
I think so. Eh?
I think so.
Oh, I was
Because I think he called you, eh?
Oh yeah, the bro flicked me a message. He's like, "Are you at the shop today?" I was like, "Yeah," and he come through, and then he's like, "Oh, so I got this new idea I want to do," and I was like, "Yep, solid, do it, yep." So it was cool because when it comes to giving back, we're all about it, and I was just like, "I want to give back," and I was like, "Yep, sweet, let's do it." And
So
we
how
was
busy was that day?
busy, man. We did 1,000 burgers in 4 hours, and then we set aside a little bit of burgers for a woman's refuge. I think we sent her like 100 or something down there. Eh? Yeah, local woman's refuge down in Avondale. Yeah.
That was interesting when I saw it on.
Oh,
on
it was
YouTube.
cranking, man. Yeah, it was busy. A lot of people thought it was too good to be true. Eh? Is that free burgers?
So it wasn't like one each.
No, it was just no.
No,
rules.
they were just
Yeah.
shy at first.
I mean, like, you're gonna look stink if you're coming and getting like 50 and not leaving some for people behind you. At the same time, like, there's no judgment. Like, if you're struggling, like, take as much as you need. Yeah.
So that would have pushed a lot of new customers to you guys. Do you think? Or
Not overly, yeah. To be honest, maybe the first week, the week after the video and stuff released. Oh, we saw you on Skrilla's video, so we just come through. We couldn't make it that day, and that was probably it. And then after that, it was just back to regular. Yeah.
he's funny, that dude. Always like watching his videos.
He's cracker. He's a good dude.
Like he's good.
He's a good
supports
dude.
you guys and
He's a good dude. Yeah.
put you guys on blast on his
Yeah.
videos and stuff.
Yeah.
But a few influencers have done there. Like,
yeah, I think Mello was one of the first dudes, probably bigger names to come through at the old shop Avondale, and then I think he put on Instagram, and then that night was pumping. Like we were already starting to grow through, just like slowly through the local community. I was starting to get really busy through local community, and then when Mello dropped a little like thing, this place is Lucky G's like best blah 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 blah, and then bro, literally like, oh man, it's kind of quiet tonight. It was like a Friday, and then like literally just heard some like chattering behind, turned around, and there was just a line out the door. I'm like, oh.
You took a photo of that, eh? Someone take a photo of that? Because
not that night, I don't think. Yeah. Nah, there was no time to take a photo, bro. It was just like, get the fire extinguishers.
You know, when you left Avondale, did you get feedback from the community? Like, come back.
Yeah.
Traders.
Well, the first thing was I was actually looking for a shop in Avondale, but man, the rent there is horrendous, man. It's just the change of everything, the development down there, and a lot of big dogs are moving in with big wallets, and like, I'm just a little kid, bro. I already lost like, straight up, I lost probably like 60 grand in that business, like just to save the brand, save my creation, was to walk away from the money and then start again. And yeah, is what it is. But I had to build the business twice and spend the money twice.
And locked out of the helpline?
No, that was all my life savings plus more. Like so yeah, I think we're finally, we're not even debt free yet, but we're getting there. Yeah, it's good.
But you guys doing good? Yeah,
we're happy. Yeah, we got jobs for everyone. Everyone's on above minimum wage and live over above living wage, I think. And I think
slowly but surely.
Yeah, and as we grow, all our pays go up as well. So yeah, people can live a real life, I guess. Like, 'cause out there, it's like, I don't know, you go work anywhere and it's once a year pay rise, but over here, we just. When we hear the good words, everyone's, supportive of each other, and they're like, oh, like the bros are coming to me like, oh, this dude's mean now, and then a couple of bros say the same person's mean, give them the call, yo, we're gonna give you a pay rise. Oh, true. Yeah, so yeah, as we have a very different culture. It's not like traditional, like, because I've worked through like that, and a lot of stuff has frustrated me. Like, you bend your back and you work so hard for these corporations. They don't care, man. They'll change you. They'll replace you. It's easy. Like, for here, like, everyone's important. Like, we don't want to lose anyone, and we just want to make everyone have a good time and facilitate anything,
Yeah, I think that's the new, sort of like the new wave of business owners, like, especially guys from your generation, like coming up, just knowing, being at a job before, knowing what it's like, and then now fuck that shit, I'll do my own and be a better person, or better on the run and better.
There's a lot of young businesses out there, and I think when I was in my teenage years, I was really down in life. Like, we all go through shit. We have the black dog, whatever, and I was staring at the walls, like, after, like, doing drugs and fucking drinking all the time and getting into trouble and shit, and just going nowhere with life, I guess, and just sitting there going like, bro, the world is just sad. Like we have family issues and shit, like, and like people around me having issues and shit, and you just watch people ripping each other off like they're good friends and fucking turning on each other and stuff. It's like, bro, this world's just sad, man. Like, don't really want to be a part of it. Like, if like being successful means like ripping off your best friend or being one up of them or whatever, then it's not the one. Like, not the thing I want to be a part of. And then it wasn't until like as you get older, once you find like purpose, I guess, like what you can do to make the place better or help someone else out, that's when you find, I think, like reward, I guess, like in a different way. Like, there's something like money you can't put on, like a value you can't put on, like things like that. Like, when it feels good to help someone, like you see someone broken down on the side of the road, you pull over, help them out, like that feels $1 million, right? Like, you go, oh, yo, solid, like I helped them out, and like they'd be kind of fucked about us, or no one else is going to help them. Or you see someone like fighting 5 people on the street, and you jump in, you don't even know them, you jump in, help them out, and yeah, that's, I don't know, you feel pretty good about it after, even though,
How about you guys? You feel pretty good working for this guy? Is he telling the truth?
It can be quite therapeutic, going to work. Yeah, because of just all the banter and everything. With all your co-workers. It's quite a nice, like, work environment. It's like, we're busy, stressed out, trying to get all the burgers done. But because, like, we all get along, we're all good friends, and we just chop it up, chat that shit, and, like, it feels good. Like, it's not like other places, like what you're saying, like, you work for the corporation, and they just want to, like, just beat it out of you, just get as much work as they can out of you, and then, here's your 40 hours, even though you've done, like, 60, 70. And it's just, like, you kind of go nowhere in life. You're just making money, but that's, like, eventually making money isn't going to make you happy. Like, I used to be a plumber, and people are like, oh, but don't you make good money? And it's like, bro, there's more things to life than making money. Like, I'm happier at this place because it's a better work environment. Your mental health is a lot better compared to, like, being in the trade where it's really, really a lot of work needs to get done and you don't get no appreciation for it. And they just expect you to work like a machine. And, like, eventually your body starts to break down, your mind starts to wear, and you come to a point where you're like, oh, what do you want to do with your life, really? And when he offered me an opportunity to work here, I was like, yeah, sweet as. Well, let's see what happens. That's how I got into plumbing. Just got opportunity, see what happens, and it's been good. It's real nice. And I actually enjoy coming into work now. Instead of before, I used to wake up with anxiety. I would wake up and my body would ache and everything, and I'm like, man, I'm fit. Like, I don't know why my body's. And then one day I realized it's just all the anxiety going to work, not really wanting to do it, and that really gets to you. And no matter what I did for my body, mentally and physically, it never changed anything. I always would wake up, body's aching and all of it, and have so many problems, and it all came down to you just have too much anxiety at work, and you just need to make the decision, like, do you want to continue down this path, or do you want to have something more positive in your life? And you become a more positive person to the community. You become more helpful, and you want to, like, help people. But the good side of, like, going through all of that is that you remember that, and that's what it helps you to become and stay a good person, because you know, like, how you were treated when you were younger, and you're like, nah, I'm not going to be like that. And the only way to change that is to, when you're in that position, just to act accordingly and not be like that abusive boss that's like, I got this budget that I need to maintain to get a bonus, so I'm going to just screw over all my workers underneath me, and I'll just take my money and then make all their lives hard. And it's like, but it's not like, that's not how you should be doing business. Like, you should be treating people with, like, respect. And this guy treats us like we're an equal. He treats us like an equal. Like, so it's really, really good place to work at. And
I've heard of businesses, especially in America. There's businesses, small businesses that, the structure of a business. Like, you got the owner, but they've got all the shares. Yeah. But there's a system that they equal the shares to all the workers too.
Yeah. True.
So everybody's got the equal, even the boss, even the owner.
Yeah.
So
sounds like communism.
Sounds like. But it's for the fact that because everyone has a share in the business. Everyone's responsibility. Yeah. So they feel like
it doesn't always work that way. That sort of thing.
Like, I was wondering that.
To give people shares, like, it's a big thing I've learned. Because at the start I gave my ex-business partner 50% I would have thought the same thing, right? I gave him 50, even though he never brought any monetary value, he never brought skills, he never brought ideas. He was purely labor. That's why I needed muscle. And basically I was just expecting, if I own 50% of a company, I'm gonna, it's my company, so I'm gonna work hard and make sure this business thrives. Wasn't a thing, bro. Come 5 o'clock, out the door. Go drinking, go party, whatever, is what it is.
Because they say...
I'm there till 12 designing new menus, fucking, this and that, prepping for the next day.
Because I remember that saying, like, if you work for someone, you're going to work hard. But if you're in your business, you're going to work even harder.
Yeah, you work double hard, man. I reckon I worked like 5 years in the last 2 years. Yeah, and thanks to these boys, I finally had a bit of a break in the last, I think, 3-4 months, maybe, since Q has taken over the shop there. People haven't seen me as much, but it was a bit of a sort of transition to the bro Q runs the shop now. Actually, the bro is now my business partner. He owns 5% of Lucky G's, not in paper yet. We're still to get to that part, but so just because he's been through thick and thin with me, and he loves like what we do, and he is like reps Lucky G's till till the grave pretty much, and it's just like he's like the ideal candidate. I was like, hey, agree, his fucking chunk of the business.
Yeah.
And there's no like, oh, so you owe me this and that. It's just like, I think you deserve it in it, that sort of thing. And it's like you can now, all your hard work is like amounts to what you own, rather than like your hard work, you just, oh, stink, bro, like it just goes to you or whatever. One day you're like, oh, I worked that hard, and then whatever happens between us or whatever, like, oh fuck, I shouldn't have worked that hard for the dude, but it's his at that time, like, so whatever, it always amounts to a value, like monetarily or whatever.
Well, you're gonna put in what you're gonna get out of it. You're gonna get out what you put in.
The bro's there out of hours, like cleaning up, doing stuff for the shop. Like he doesn't tell me he's trying to like put through less hours than he does the week. It's like, bro, none of that. Like you're just a worker at this time. Like I don't want you to take on that sort of stuff, bro. Like pay your bills and make sure you're all good and stuff like that. But appreciate the good looking. But yeah, bro, like.
The stuff we were talking about of the work environment and the mental health, that is a big deal.
Yeah,
I think people don't realize that until all this lockdown stuff happened. And the way they realize that people have to work differently because people have stayed home now.
Yeah. Some people thrived away, and
some people thrived.
And some people just can't.
And this is the first time we probably we were forced to do this working from home stuff, and then people realized, oh, it does work. And that's for some people. Some people are morning people, some people are night people, work better at night, useless in the morning, vice versa. Not this 9 to 5 every day. 9 to 5 thing, and work hard and go home at 5. Your brain people's brains probably shut down at 3. And then you got 2 hours of no productivity. But that's the way it's been for centuries. Work 9 to 5. Lockdown has changed everything. People had to work from home. They got all day to work. And then companies realizing, oh, you work better. It's all goes back to mental health. Like people can't be worked too hard. Because why work that hard if you're not gonna work hard? You know what I mean?
Bro, these boys work hard though. Like everyone here's probably done at least 8 o'clock to a 10 or 11 o'clock, like
but
8 o'clock in the
difference
morning.
is probably they love it because they love the work environment. They love being with the boys.
Definitely.
You're just like doing your banter, that kind of shit. Like that's fun. But if you
it's not always like that, it's a high stress environment, or someone's, we all got stuff going on outside of work as well.
Decided to do Uber Eats.
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. Nah, we can shut that off. So that's all good.
But at least there's something.
Yeah.
At least there's something to look forward to when you see all the boys when you come to work. And have that camaraderie, and that's awesome.
I guess there's one like sort of stable thing like in life, like is work usually. Like you got all your shit going on and shit that's unstable, but then when you come to work, you know it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Usually.
Because I know I'm talking about working 9 to 5, but imagine working for 20 years, 30 years. At the same job, doing the same shit.
Bro, people do that though. It's crazy. I mean, you see people do that and you're just like, fire out.
Are you going to tell me I'm going to get sick of it after 20 years? 15 years? Yeah. You're going to do the same thing 40 years? Yeah. When do we retire? 65? You're going to do the same thing? Like, it's good to
diversify.
Change up, but then society doesn't allow you to change up because it's hard, because you've got to pay the bills. You're stuck.
The thing is, you get a mortgage, you get debt, and you're locked into full-time work. Bosses love that stuff. Go buy a house, go buy this. Go tick up a thing, because then they know they got a worker, because they got the paycheck. They need the paycheck. They need the financial stability.
That's what they always say. Oh, get a 30-year mortgage, buy a house for you, and it's like, yo, I'm not really keen to be forced to work full time for the next 30 years. At like a factory or some shit, or like even plumbing. Like, yo, I make good money, but 30 years from now, my body will be wrecked.
That's like everything's. A lot of people going through that, I think. Deciding what
especially
they want to do.
Lockdown and stuff. I think a lot of businesses have gone down. People have lost jobs and stuff. A lot of people, they freak out when their business or their savings or whatever starts going down, and like man, it's money, man. You make it back. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, the day that you don't let money control you in the way, like, I think you'll find a bit of freedom and happiness. Because like even for me, like, my bank account's gone to zero and negative like 10 times probably, like, in the last 10 years.
Nah, I know what you mean, man.
Yeah. Every time, you know, like, everything's going good in life, and then boom, something happens. You got fines, you got this, you got that, or you get sick or something, you got to pay bills. It's just,
How are you guys? You guys working at Lucky G's, like, you know, what have you guys learned about, you know, just working there, and how different it is from other places you guys work?
Damn, it's real hard to put into words, but like, cause like I've worked at quite a few places. So like when I first started, like when I went to uni, I like dropped out of school like a year early, so I went to uni a year early, and I got a part-time job as like a car groomer. And I worked my way up through being a car groomer, and I became like a parts driver after that, then a parts like a parts salesperson, then like a service advisor, then a service manager, and then a national warranty administrator and stuff. And I've gone through quite a few roles where they seemingly sort of like I bought into the trap at first, man. Like, it was like I was on quite a high salary. They would give me a car and stuff, but they would require me to be working 90 hours a week, man, putting them before my family and stuff. They thought giving me a gas card or giving me a company car or something meant you'll swallow up your morals and stuff. So it wasn't until I had a little bit of a dark spot that I figured that out, and I was like, oh, this must be what it's like for everywhere. And then I when I started working for Stan, I realized, I was like, nah, there are some good folk out there that have big talk and big intentions for you. So it was like it's just personally, it's pretty hard for me to put into words how like Stan more or less saved my life, brother. Like, it's quite hard to put into words how he did, but it's real hard to word it. But the opportunity that he gives you, man, it's like, he's even talking about like giving me shares and like, you know, like percentage of the company and stuff. Like, bro, I don't even feel like I've done anything to deserve that. Like, I honestly couldn't sell it without sounding too corny about how cool Stan is, man. And like this dude's my brother for life. Like I got this dude, bro. Like, I think that's what is like real hard to advertise to the world, is like sort of the community and the love that Stan brought to us. It's like most of my customers that come through daily, right, are like, bro, I know like everything about their family lives, I know everything about their kids, I know like we're on first name basis, and like they make sure I'm okay, I make sure they're okay and stuff, and I'm able to offer, like, Eddie's like a good ass friend of mine and stuff. He's just come back over from Germany, and I've been able to give him the opportunity of working with us and stuff, and that's only through Stan. So it's real hard. It's up to the listeners how they want to like receive that, but that's just, it's like Stan is above and beyond what any other boss or any other, like, he's not even like my boss, he's my man, like he's my guy. Like it's that's a real hard one to articulate into words, brother, but it's mean working for Stan, brother. If I had to put it one way, it's mean as. It's not even like working for him, brother. It's like what he said before is true to a T. He just wants to, it's like there's that, you know, that photo of like the boss and the leader. And the boss is the dude whipping everyone, trying to get everyone to drag the carriage. The leader is the dude at the front of the carriage dragging it. There's those two types of people in the world, and Stan's like the leader. Is like, everyone around me will be uplifted with me. And that was a rare as mentality to come across. Like, I'd come across quite a few sort of quite good like mentorship, like other males throughout my life and stuff, but no one that could talk the talk and then back it up. Stan's one of the first dudes that I've come across that when he says that he's got you, like he's got you, man, to a T. It's like, it's whatever you give him, he'll give you plus some. Like, it's like bro, like when my niece, like I like take care of my niece full time and stuff, and when I'm like a little bit too busy or I'm a little bit too stressed and I can't go pick her up or something, Stan's like no crawl to like offer me like, yo bro, I'll go pick her up. Like, it's all good. Like, it's like his niece as well. Like, you know, it's like, it's real hard to put, it's real hard to explain to people that we met through a business, but we're not business, we're like family, bro. So it's like, yeah, that, I don't know, it's the meanest job I've ever had, brother. Like it's the meanest job I've ever had. So yeah, and it's what they were saying before, it's massive on your mental health to be able to go and see all your homies and like not wanting to let the dude next to you down. So it's like, I understand that if I go into work and I'm a little bit sloppy or whatever, it just, you know that the other 3 or 4 people around you are having to pick up your slack. And it's not what you want to, it's not what you want. It's sort of like, we can all make this a lot easier day to day if we're just all uplifting each other and we're all like pulling our own weights and stuff, which is like what I've been blessed with here and stuff. But again, it all just comes down to like the opportunity that Stan had given us and stuff. So it's like, yeah, that's, if I had to say how it is, it's 12 out of 12, brother. Like, it's just mean as. Yeah, bro.
Oh, you were telling the truth.
Bro, too nice.
No, apologies for the run. Yeah, my apologies.
You were telling the truth.
Bro, you know the fondest memory I have of the bro is he used to be it's pretty embarrassing, but the bro used to come to the like for lunch break from when he used to work on Rosebank at the old shop, and one day he comes in and he was a bit like, he was reading a book, and he like is a bit teary-eyed, and he comes up and like is like sniffling, and I was like, bro, you all good? And then he's like, yeah, bro, nah, all good. And then I was like, nah, bro, are you all good? And then he was like, oh, nah, not really, to be honest. Like, I just read the ending of this book is sad as, and I was like, oh, my man. Like, I just knew from then he had heart. What was that book? It was like Phil Way, the coach of Bulls or something.
Yeah, Jackson. It was. Yeah,
Chicago.
Phil Jackson.
Yeah, Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
What was that? And the bro was like tearing up on his lunch break.
Bro, it's so compelling, like, by the way, guys. You should read that book.
Solid.
Shout out to The Last Dance.
That's one of them. What was he sad? Because
no, it was more like it was more happy.
Sad.
Happy sad. It was just real compelling. Like yeah, I couldn't believe how
overcoming stuff, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Read
Yeah.
it, but I'm
it was just a real compelling moment in the book, and then he had. Yeah, I just happened to walk in as I was like in my feels and stuff. So,
yeah.
And then like brother Stan over here, just being the man that he is, making sure I'm all good. And then when someone asks you if you're alright and you're already tearing up and you tear up more, bro, that's what he was doing to me. So, no, it was mean as, man.
So also Phil, what's Phil Jackson? What's his secret?
Pardon?
Phil Jackson, what's his secret? Why is he one of the best coaches in the NBA?
Oh, it's all to do with the name, bro. It's Jackson. No, sorry, that's a joke. I have no idea, brother. I have no idea.
Jackson, Michael Jackson.
That was a bit of a moment.
Apologies, sorry. No.
Gotcha.
No, man. No secrets to that sort of stuff. It's just hard work, man. It's like
it's all in the mind.
You wouldn't understand the amount of hours that go into this shop, brother. Like when I started and I was coming to set up with Stan like a couple of weeks before we were opening and stuff. This dude was sleeping on the freaking trolley in the store, bro. Like, it'd be like 2 a.m. We're gonna go home and stuff, and then I'm like, yo, see, it's like 1. I'm like, yo, we'll put up the sheets, like, let's go home and stuff. I wasn't aware of how much work is required. I'd go home. This dude would stay there till 2 a.m. Then he'd send me a photo, like, and he's just like, yo, so he just woke up, and I'm like, bro, you're sleeping on the blue trolley in the shop, like, you just. It's hard to explain how much mahi this dude has put in to Lucky G's, bro. It's it's crazy, man, but it's crazy good, bro. Like, it's crazy good.
It's not the end, though, eh? It's still got more to...
Always.
It's
We're
only the
always pushing, bro.
beginning.
It's only
Just the
the
beginning.
It's the Beninging.
End of
It's only the Beninging.
Because what is the next step? I mean, if you...
Oh, the world, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we'll just take it over. That's all. We'll just take over the world.
But how are you going to take over the world? Because... when you think about all these big companies that own a lot of shit around the world, corporations.
Nah, we're not trying to be like that, bro. We're happy with one shop, to be honest. Like, the one shop's happy, but if whatever we can do on top of that is just fruit, man. To be honest, like, and we just want to bring the accessibility and culture and sort of mindfulness to everywhere else. Like because Southside is just come and ripped us so hard. I mean, we're not fully in Southside officially, but the next shop, it's South Central, I guess, Onehunga. It was always for the love of the community that come to support us, and we got you back. Like, we're gonna come and bring it back to you guys. So we always get messages: come to this town, come to this town, come to this town. It's we'll get there. Yeah, we'll get there.
Have you guys done any? Oh, you guys did do pop-up too in the beginning. Did you guys?
Nah.
Because that's a thing now, eh? A lot of
pop-ups are a thing, but I'm not overly interested in in that sort of stuff, to be honest. Because when you have your own space, you can create like real history. Like for me, like I wanted Lucky G's to be history rich. Like we've got the struggle story, we've got everything, and it's all genuine, and we got like success stories, I guess, from like people coming in off the street getting jobs and stuff like that. I don't know. We just live it. We don't want to talk about it, sort of thing, you know. Like
If you know, you know.
yeah, yeah. A lot of people thought we were selling drugs until they had a burger.
I think I heard that.
Yeah, a lot of people are, oh, there's no way that they're that busy, or no way that they're sold out. There's no way that they only do 3 or 4 days a week. It's just we're that busy, yeah. But we just don't talk about it, you know. We just work.
You know what's cool about you guys? Like, just the environment you guys talk about, the working environment there. I mean, man, that's so cool, man. Because it's just burgers. You know, it's a simple thing.
Yeah.
You guys just cooking burgers.
Yeah.
You know, you get your fries, you get your burgers, you get your drink.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
But it's more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think if people don't know, they don't understand the full story of what comes out of that shop. Because it's not just burgers, you know. But you know, if you know, the people, the customers that you guys have, you know, feel something more than just.
But they're all a part of it too. They've
exactly.
got us to where we are. They've actually, their input has got us to where we are too. And it wouldn't be possible without anyone, or the first even customer. You know, it's like there'd be no customers, and we wouldn't be here today.
But then even that is more than the customers. It's about you guys, how you guys work there. You know, how you guys wake up in the morning, come to work.
There's like a constant back and forth with our customers. Our customers constantly thanking us, but we're constantly thanking our customers. We're like, bro, you guys do so much. Like, we're here because of you guys. They're like, no, we're here because of you guys. It's like, it's just the mad amount of love we get through this place, bro.
Yeah, it's like just mutual. It's always back and forth. Like, nah, you.
Yeah. Just all love.
Yeah. But you know, even where you guys came from, like you guys quit jobs to be there.
Yeah.
You know, and it's and it's like just burgers.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's not until you actually go into the shop and then you experience it for yourself and then you realize a lot of it. Like, we've had a few customers come in and we're like, oh, we love the fact that we can just chat to you in the kitchen. And we're just sitting out here and we build like that relationship with our customers. And we're like, no, that's what we love coming into work, because we get to meet new people, we get to chat with them, and the way we interact with each other, we interact with the customers.
Yeah.
And
once you flip the 1,000 or over 1,000, 100,000, fucking whatever it is, it gets boring, right? So the thing is, we want to talk to people, and that's what keeps us going. It's interaction.
Who makes those Afghans I saw on the counter?
Sassy Bakers, Jocelyn and
Shut up, Sassy.
Yeah,
Sassy Bakers.
And Raquel. Yeah, they're awesome, man. They've been supporting us since day one. Avondale, yeah, they're OGs.
Oh, yeah.
They've always put a hand up when we need it. They're like, Raquel, she came on the opening night. She came and like, man, she worked for free. It was so busy.
We had like 90 minutes to 3-hour waits at that point, and Raquel could see, and there was a queue at the back, and her just being one of the homies, she came in, she was like, I don't know the system, but give me 2 minutes, I'll figure it out, I'll help you guys. And she stayed there all night just helping us out. And like, she only turned up to support and get a feed, and then she ended up working out like 3-4 hours, you know. For us, like, it's like that's what's real hard to put into words. Is like, you wouldn't do that for a McDonald's, you wouldn't do that for anyone else and stuff.
We've had heaps of customers jump in and help us before. They're just like eating, and then, oh, you want a hand? And then they just like put their food down and they'll come in and jump in. Yeah, it's solid. Yeah.
Honestly, man, I just want everyone that goes to McDonald's to stop. Buy burgers from you guys, man.
Man, I haven't been to McDonald's since I bought from Lucky. Every time someone's like, oh, let's get McDonald's, I'm like, bro.
As good as that sounds, I don't think we could do it. Like, there's just too much people.
I was talking to Cam. He came on the podcast the other day.
Oh, true. Yeah.
And he said he was filming a music video you guys shot.
Oh, yeah.
Just recently.
Yeah. The bro is multi-talented, bro. He's a mic man.
Big facts.
Damn. Nah, shout out to Cam as well. Cam's the man, bro. Got a lot of love for Cam.
Because he's the guy that I saw that led me to you guys.
True.
He was posting it on his Instagram.
Yeah.
That's the thing, yeah. Like,
and that's how
if
it works,
there's certain people you
Yeah.
trust, like, do you trust their word? Like, you know, they wouldn't post it if it was dry, you know.
yeah.
Because, that's what I was gonna say, but But yeah, you wouldn't trust their word, if you didn't believe them.
Man, thanks guys for coming on, eh?
No,
No worries.
thanks for having us. We appreciate you having us, man.
Thanks for the hospitality, bro.
Man.
Yeah.
So can you tell everyone where they can find you? And on social media and stuff?
Yep. Our social media is Lucky G, but there's like 8 Gs. 8 Gs.
Yeah, 8 Gs.
Yeah, and 8 is the lucky number in Chinese.
Oh,
that's my background.
That
That's my
explains the
heritage.
GGG.
Yeah.
You don't say it like that, eh?
Someone took Lucky G's. Nah. But you get it right because there's multiple G's, so it's Lucky G's. Yeah.
Oh, there was another.
Unlucky G's.
Yeah, who's that?
That's us too. But
Oh no, there was another store. Lucky.
Baby G's.
Baby G's.
Yeah, who's that?
Yeah. That's one of the bros. Cam, American fella. He does pop-ups. He's the pop-ups dude.
Oh,
That's
okay.
probably who you're thinking of. Yeah.
So no confusion, because I got confused.
People get confused. Yeah,
Yeah.
they think we're the same thing, but yeah, different. It was just buzzy coincidence that we both came onto the scene doing the same things. But it's funny because we're never meant to be doing burgers as our main thing. We're supposed to be like a full American diner sort of thing, like Denny's sort of, but like the quality of our burgers, but in the quality of meals. But that was all we could do in that kitchen in Avondale, and then the burgers just took off in that lockdown period. So we just continued it. It was just like, and then when I moved to the smaller shop, I couldn't afford to fit out a full kitchen, and it's not big enough to do full dining. So we just continued on what the customers know and want.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're working towards eventually having a full proper restaurant. Yeah.
At the same. Oh, different.
I'll be somewhere else. Yeah.
Because you know how you went to America? Did you go to a American diner over there?
Yeah.
Because you know what
Mel's driving. Heaps. Yeah.
Because you know what I like about them?
Yeah.
I like the fact that you can sit down at the counter.
Yeah.
And eat there.
Yeah, it's cool.
And it's like
You
long.
can watch people, and usually converse with the
with people
staff.
that come, staff as well, and people come at breakfast.
That was what I really enjoyed about America is like we could catch buses, and then like someone will look at us and they'll just start talking about their day and what.
Yeah.
Over here, you do that, and do I know you?
Hey, good.
You all good? You all good?
Yeah. I think it's because
fuck up.
Wait.
You're right. But I think we're used to that because we don't have those kind of places.
You look at someone a little bit too long, and it's fuck you looking at. Yeah.
Because I always argue this point, like our bars are unsociable.
Yeah.
Because we don't have stools at the bar.
Yeah.
Go to any bar, there's no stools there.
No.
So what's the point?
You just stand there.
I mean, you gotta go to a bar with friends.
Yeah.
Or because you can't go by yourself.
When I was in Europe, like all the bars have stools at the counter.
Because you go and sit down, have a drink, talk to the
guys next to me sat down and we just chatted.
Yeah,
for the
exactly.
rest of the night we're good friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We don't have that culture. I don't know why. Oh, you know why? I know why. Because of the money. Because they say, hey, if you're in the way of the people paying money,
you can't get the drinks.
Can't get the drinks.
Yeah.
But that's not the whole point.
Yeah.
The point is to meet people and talk and so you can't come.
Yeah.
That's why we have the benches around
Yeah. So I noticed that was good.
Thing. So it's easy for you to talk, but you can also watch the process and see from start to finish your burger and stuff like that. People enjoy that.
So I always thought like if I win Lotto and open a bar, I'll make sure the bar's gonna be extra long, or maybe a square, and people can sit around,
talk around,
and have TV and watch the games.
Have you been to what's that joint? Tanuki's Cave?
No.
It's like a Japanese joint, yakitori bar.
What's
they
that?
do like barbecue skewers on Queen Street, and you like go downstairs. They got like a square bar like that.
Oh yeah.
And you can eat up there and like drink and
I've been to Ken's Yakitori on K Road.
Oh yeah.
They got the skewers there.
I haven't been to the K Road one. I've been to the
Anzac
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been to the K Road one.
But that whole thing of sitting down at the bar and eating and talking.
Yeah.
I mean
social.
that's social. It's social.
Yeah. Food is sort of like happy time, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I wish there was places where you can have that more of a social, like meet people sort of thing. Place.
It's been a very different culture at Lucky G's, like in-house, front of house, since the COVID stuff. Like, but I think there's probably still. I haven't been in there too often recently, but customers will converse with each other and they don't know each other, and then we'll be like, "Oh, is that your mate?"
That's a crazy, that's a crazy thing that happens in Lucky G's. It's like, bro, we had two bros, like, so the bro Benny that introduced Willz to our store, we had met another bro Cole, that was one of the brothers from Avondale, been a big supporter and stuff.
Yo.
They met each other via the store, and then like just a couple weeks ago, they went to Queenstown together on a trip. Like, you know, it's like bro, we're out,
while
like,
I stayed here and worked.
Yo,
Like, they didn't even do, like, you know, it's like, bro, like, everyone's voice that comes through, bro, and it's mean because it's such a diverse group of people. Like, you got like you got people coming in stubbies and short shorts, and they're like barefoot and their singlets coming into their ute, and you got like some of the rich demographic of people coming in their Audi R8s and stuff rocking up.
I think one time I went.
Yeah, Teslas and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I went one time.
Yeah.
And there was a guy walked in. He looked like he came from like say Hellas or something.
Yeah,
Right.
no,
Straight Hellas or something.
that's all we get. Like,
Grey
that's what's
London.
mean is like.
Yeah.
It's crazy because it's like they don't act like what you think they would. They're like down to earth, nice people, and like you chat with them, and it's like it's mean. Like you get to know all sorts of demographics.
Yeah. No, there's massive. Yeah, no, it's massive.
Duane found that pretty quick. Hey, coming from Burger Fuel,
Was it?
the customers actually care instead of "How's your day?"
Oh, yo.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's
How's your
a
thing?
really
Cheeseburger.
big difference, like, from that, because, like, at Burger Fuel, like, when customers come in, they just want it, you know? They'd be like, oh, yeah, just give me this, that, and it's like, oh, sweet. And then, like, over here, it's just like, oh, how you, how you been, but like, yeah, nah, it's just a huge difference, compared to, like, a big company, like Burger Fuel, and then compared to a small joint. Nah, fuck, it's beautiful, man. Beautiful as.
Nah, cool, man. Keep that culture going, eh? We need it. We need it.
Have
We need it hard out west.
Yeah,
have to push
the
that.
the best thing is the free spaces.
Was that free?
Yeah, it's free.
Bro, yeah, those are free, by the way. No one ever knows.
Oh,
Yeah, it's free, man. Yeah, it's all the
We
memories.
just don't know how to work the coin mech, so get in there before we do. It's been 2 years.
Puzzle
I'm
Bubbles
playing
the
Street
game
Fighter
as well.
Yeah, man, that's nostalgic, eh? Just
I think one of the joysticks are pretty wrecked though. Someone's been jamming hard.
Yeah. Nah, Puzzle Bubbles the game there too. That's
Yeah,
the one
Puzzle
that
Bubbles.
everyone's
Want that smoke?
will want the smoke.
Gotta beat this guy.
We might have
You have
to
to go through Eddie
Cash
first.
comp,
Then build up the ranks.
We might have a cash comp then before the end of the year.
see the free video game and the talk in the shop with you guys and the customers. See, that goes to show what kind of place it is, man. This is where you guys explained it. You guys are explaining it, and this is the result of it. That doesn't happen properly in a lot of places, you know, and that's what makes you guys different.
Yeah. We want it to be welcoming too, you know, like you go to Ponsonby and you don't feel like you belong in a lot of those shops. They look at you funny, they look at you sideways when you walk in because they've never seen you, or you're like, you know, you're dressed a bit off par or something, and everything costs so much and you get the rude service, but then someone else is getting the mean service. Is bullshit, right? Like, my money's not good, then all good. But yeah,
Did you ever look at putting a shop in town?
not interested at the moment, bro, to be honest. Like, it's probably on our last of our priority list. Like, yeah, that'll probably be the last one we'd open in Auckland if we are opening one.
I'm glad you
further.
opened one out west.
Yeah, Silent, yeah. Or Avondale's Class Central, but then, yeah.
Nah,
Now we're
nah,
West.
nah.
Avondale's
West.
Nah,
Nah,
it's
Jay,
central.
I'm sorry. No, he's wrong. He's mistaken.
I'm taking a political.
Nah, it's pretty central. Nah.
He's mistaken.
Nah, just wait for only hunger, boys.
Dwayne's a bit slow.
West Central.
West Central.
Just outskirts, eh?
Yeah. No, we actually like
City
we're like the west side of Central. That's why we just say now west side. Actually, we're like west side of Central.
Yeah. Sort of like Onehunga, really, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty south, but
It's like
South Central.
South Central, West
Yeah.
Auckland, eh?
Oh, you don't count the bridge, the over.
Oh, nah, I think like before, like from Mangere Bridge onwards, like I consider that south. People still say Otahu's like central, or but
It is
like,
on the listings.
like
eh?
on the list, but I think we just see that as like south still,
Yeah.
Oh, who's like the Avondale of Southside, I think.
pretty much.
Pretty much. Yeah.
We went up there recently to have a feed with the boys.
Yeah,
try it
try
out.
it out.
Yeah, that's the spot.
Yeah,
Shout out.
Vietnamese, try it out.
They got the robot now, the Wally.
Oh, that's
Oh,
Yeah,
buzzy.
they got a Wally coming around feeding.
Wow. Yeah, I think Onehunga's the balance for, like, you know, you have everyone coming from like deep south, and then, you know,
Yeah.
like they can meet Lucky G's halfway and just come to Onehunga instead of, you know, saving the trip. But I guess that's how like loyal the like people are. I think like with what Stan's created, you know, it's really brought in the whole village.
Oh,
you like that? Village. Nah, like it's brought in like a whole village, you know. He's like planted his home here.
What are we playing, G? Stardew Valley.
And then, you know, like it's really created like a whole wider community that like everyone else is putting in like the effort to come through, spend their dosh, and you know, they get nothing but love in their food and the customer service too as well. More than a burger joint at the end. That's all I'm gonna say.
When is that happening again? The Onehunga one?
Onehunga. So that one is, we still haven't done the final paperwork, just the signatures. But I got an email today to, I'd say it'll be open before the end of the year.
Oh yeah.
We're aiming for it. Yeah.
So Will, I called you Will before about the Willz over here, but you're gonna be hitting that one.
Yeah. So yeah, he joined up with us maybe 4 months ago, was it?
Yeah, time has gone by so fast. I felt like it was like, oh man, I've only been here like a month, and then next thing you know, it's like nearly like the end of the year. It's been here a few months, but I don't regret it. I'm like happy to be here. You know, not just to come get a paycheck and all that, like nothing like that. It's good to be part of like this, you know, help build up this small business into something that's like beyond like what we can see now or whatnot. Yeah, but it's cool.
Man, you guys make me jealous, man. Can I quit my job and come?
Come, bro.
Come work on Onehunga, brother.
Yeah, come work on Onehunga, bro. Yeah, bro, all day.
I can interview
All day. Yeah, bro.
Take my job, I'll be the mascot.
Yeah. Yo.
Now, awesome, guys, man. Hope you guys had fun, man.
Yeah,
No,
bro.
yeah,
yeah,
sure,
100.
this is me, yeah.
For sure.
Sure, but like,
Yeah. First time experience for all of us, I think.
Yeah,
What,
for sure.
podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry about it, eh?
Sorry, The Rock.
Now, I love you guys to come back. Have you guys back on in the future? I'll try to do up the studio a bit more. And it's a bit on the last minute right now.
When we fail, we'll come back with a sad story.
that's what we need to go fund me, man.
When the boy band splits.
The Lucky G's rise and fall.
You don't got the answers, Cam.
You guys will not fail, man. You guys will not fail. I appreciate you guys, man.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate this opportunity. Solid.
Sweet. That's us.
Alright, you ready, brother?
That's out of it when you take these off.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah.
I feel like
My ears are